Butter tea, the lifeblood of the monasteries in the high Himalayas. In today's video, we'll learn about this unique tea and the extraordinary journey it takes from the hands of Tibetan monks to our cups. Join us as we unravel the secrets of this ancient tradition. As I settle into my seat, the aroma of butter tea envelops me, grounding me in the moment. Around me, the Tibetan monks go about their daily rituals, their saffron robes flowing like the smoke from the prayer wheels they spin with focused intensity. Each movement is a verse in a silent prayer, each breath a mantra of serenity. As the sun paints the rugged Himalayan peaks in hues of amber, I find myself drawn into the timeless rhythm of this sacred place. The head monk, his face lined with wisdom and kindness, notices my inquisitive gaze and offers a warm smile. With a gentle nod, he invites me to join him in the courtyard where a simple table holds the key to understanding this sacred brew. Before us, a mixture of yak butter and water simmers in a large iron pot, its surface reflecting the fiery orange sky like a molten mirror. The sight of butter floating on the surface of the tea is intriguing. The head monk sees my puzzled look and explains that this is no ordinary tea. He tells me about the arduous journey of the tea leaves from the high altitudes of the mountains to this very pot. A journey fraught with challenges and steeped in tradition. In the remote Himalayan foothills, amidst the thin air and rugged terrain, the monks had ventured out early that morning. Their destination, the sacred tea gardens nestled high up in the mountains where a special variety of tea plant thrives. This tea is not just a beverage, it is a source of sustenance, energy, and spiritual connection. For the monks, the journey to the tea gardens was not just about gathering the leaves, it was a pilgrimage. Each step was a meditation, each bend in the path an opportunity for mindfulness. The harsh terrain, with its rocky paths and steep slopes, tested their endurance. But the monks, with their years of training in meditation and discipline, were unfazed. They moved with the grace of mountain goats, their maroon robes fluttering in the wind like the wings of prayer flags. At last, they reached the tea gardens. Here, amidst the emerald green bushes, they carefully plucked the young, tender leaves, taking only what they needed to show their respect for the delicate balance of nature. Back at the monastery, the leaves were not just washed, they were blessed. A purification ritual was performed to drive out any negativity, ensuring that only pure intentions remained. The water used in this sacred task had to be melted snow, collected from the purest sources in the mountains, symbolizing the crystallization of their faith and devotion. And now the most crucial part of the process, the preparation of the butter tea. The yak butter, a staple of Tibetan life, symbolizes the richness of the land. It is slowly melted, not just as a mere ingredient, but as a vessel to carry the essence of their traditions. The churning of the butter and water is not just a mixing, it is a blending of two elements, just as the monks strive to blend their physical and spiritual selves. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the courtyard, I am served a bowl of steaming butter tea. Its golden hue mirrors the last rays of sunlight, and its aroma is a blend of earthiness and spice. Taking a sip, I am enveloped in a warmth that spreads through my body, chasing away the chill of the mountains. The taste is unlike any tea I've known, a harmonious fusion of salty, buttery notes with a subtle sweetness that lingers on the tongue. It is more than a beverage. It is a testament to the monks' dedication, their reverence for their and their ability to find solace and strength in the simplest of rituals. In that moment, as I savor the last drops of butter tea beneath the star-studded expanse of the Himalayan sky, I am reminded of the profound connection between this sacred drink and the lives of the Tibetan monks. It is a bond forged in the harsh beauty of the mountains, nurtured by their unwavering faith and strengthened by their timeless traditions. Imagine yourself nestled in a serene monastery high in the Himalayan mountains. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of pine and distant prayer flags. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the quiet room. You're surrounded by centuries-old texts and the soft murmur of chanting monks. And in your hands, you hold a simple clay cup filled with a golden-hued liquid buttered tea. This isn't just a beverage, it's a link to history, a tangible connection to the past. As you bring the cup to your lips, you can't help but wonder about the story behind this unique drink. How did tea, a seemingly ordinary leaf, become such an integral part of Tibetan culture? And what secrets does its preparation hold? As you settle into the tranquility of the monastery, the story of Tibetan tea begins to unfold like a delicate scroll. The origins of tea in Tibet are as rich and complex as the brew itself, a tale woven through the threads of history and legend. Picture a time long ago, when caravans laden with precious goods traversed the vast expanses of Asia, their roots etched into the landscape by countless footsteps and hoofbeats. Tea first found its way to Tibet along these ancient trade routes, most notably the legendary Silk Road. This vast network of paths connected the east and west, carrying not only silk and spices, but also the seeds of cultural exchange. Among these treasures was tea, a commodity that would soon become integral to Tibetan life. In the beginning, tea was a luxury reserved for the elite, its exotic allure matched only by its rarity. But as the centuries passed, it seeped into the fabric of everyday life, becoming a staple in Tibetan households and monasteries alike. The monks, ever attuned to the spiritual potential of their recognized the unique qualities of tea and began to incorporate it into their rituals. You can almost picture the early monks, huddled around a fire in the dim light of their mountain retreats, experimenting with this new leaf. They discovered that by blending it with yak butter and salt, they could create a drink that was not only nourishing but also fortifying, a perfect companion for their rigorous spiritual practices. But why butter and salt? What led the monks to combine these humble ingredients with their exotic find? The answer lies in the harsh environment of the Tibetan plateau. High-altitude living demands a diet rich in fat and nutrients to provide the body with the energy it needs to survive. Butter, a source of calories and fat, was readily available as yak herders were an integral part of local communities. Salt, essential for maintaining bodily functions in thin mountain air, was obtained through arduous trade expeditions to the low. The combination of these two staples with tea created a drink that was not only comforting, but also provided a much-needed boost to the monks' health and well-being. As you listen to this tale, you can't help but marvel at the adaptability of the monks. They took a foreign element and made it their own, infusing it with their culture and traditions. It's a reminder of how cultures evolve, borrowing and blending elements to create something entirely new. The introduction of tea to Tibet was more than just a culinary development. It influenced everything from social customs to religious practices, becoming a symbol of hospitality and community. In the monasteries, tea ceremonies became a time for reflection and connection, a moment to pause and appreciate the present. But the journey of tea didn't stop there. It continued to evolve, shaped by the unique environment of the Tibetan plateau. The monks discovered that the high altitude and harsh climate imparted a distinct flavor to their tea, one that was both robust and soothing. This local adaptation became a point of pride, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the Tibetan people. As you sip your own cup of buttered tea, you begin to appreciate the layers of history contained within each sip. It's a drink that tells a story, one of trade and transformation, of monks and mountains, of a culture that has thrived against the odds. But let's not get too carried away after all. We're here to relax, not to write a dissertation. So, let us indulge in a little light-hearted speculation. Imagine if the monks had decided to experiment with other ingredients, perhaps a dash of chili pepper for a bit of kick, or maybe a sprinkle of cinnamon to add a touch of sweetness. Historians still argue whether such experiments ever took place, but the thought is enough to bring a smile to your face. And speaking of smiles here, here's a quirky tidbit for you. It is said that the very first tea leaves brought to Tibet were carried by a particularly stubborn mule who refused to cross a river until it was promised an extra ration of carrots. Whether this tale is true or not, it's a charming reminder of the many small, often humorous moments that make up the tapestry of history. As the afternoon sun casts long shadows across the monastery courtyard, you feel a deep sense of connection to the monks and their world. You've traveled back in time, walked the paths of history, and tasted the legacy of a culture that has endured for centuries. But let's not forget that our journey is far from over. The story of Tibetan tea is far from complete, and as the sun dips below the horizon, you know that there are still many chapters left to unfold. With this newfound appreciation in your heart, you raise your cup once more, not just as an observer of history, but as an active participant in a tradition that has stood the test of time. In the high Himalayas, where snow-capped peaks pierce the clouds and monasteries cling to mountain slopes, there's a captivating tale to be told about tea. Not just any tea, mind you, but a special kind that's infused with yak butter. Imagine sipping a steaming cup of tea, its rich aroma filling your senses. only to find an unexpected ingredient floating in its depths: chunks of yak butter. It might sound unusual, but in the land of snow and sky, this peculiar blend is more than just a beverage. It's a cultural icon, a testament to the resourcefulness of the Tibetan people, and a key to understanding their unique way of life. So why do they put butter in their tea? Well, the answer lies in the harsh yet breathtaking landscape that surrounds them. You see, the Tibetans have long understood the importance of staying warm in the face of freezing temperatures and high altitudes. And what better way to do that than by infusing their tea with the fattiest substance available in their nomadic lifestyle? Yak butter. The yak, with its woolly coat and ability to roam freely in the harshest climates, is more than just a source of dairy delight. It's a symbol of resilience and adaptability, much like the people who share their homeland. The inclusion of butter in tea is a nod to this challenging environment, a celebration of survival, and a tribute to the animals that have helped humans thrive in such extreme conditions. But don't let the rustic charm of butter tea fool you. It's not just a comforting drink. It's an integral part of Tibetan culture, deeply rooted in religious customs and social norms. The process of making butter tea is a ritual in itself, a carefully choreographed dance of boiling, churning and blending that transforms simple ingredients into a cherished beverage. Each step is imbued with symbolism and tradition, making every cup a tangible link to the past. Now close your eyes and let your imagination transport you to a traditional Tibetan home. The air is filled with the aromas of yak butter and incense as a family gathers around a table, each member holding a traditional wooden bowl. The tea, a rich golden hue, sits steaming in the center, ready to be shared. As the family sips their butter tea, they engage in lively conversation, sharing stories, laughter, and the warmth of their bonds. For the Tibetans, butter tea isn't just a drink, it's a symbol of hospitality, a way of showing respect and a gesture of communal harmony. It's customary to pour the tea in a specific manner, ensuring that the bowl is filled to the brim and the stream of tea is continuous. This pouring technique reflects the importance of balance and mindfulness, reminding the drinker to approach life with a sense of equilibrium and presence. Sharing butter tea is a sacred act, a way of strengthening relationships and forging connections. It's common for travelers and pilgrims to be offered butter tea upon arrival, symbolizing the welcoming nature of the Tibetan people and their eagerness to share their traditions. In turn, guests are expected to show their appreciation by fully embracing the experience, including the unique taste of butter tea in their own journey of discovery. But the allure of butter tea doesn't end with its cultural significance. It is also a surprisingly delicious concoction that can tantalize the taste buds and leave you craving for more. The combination of aromatic tea, rich butter, and the unique Himalayan twist creates a symphony of flavors that dance on the palate. The creamy texture, the comforting warmth, and the subtle notes of yak milk create a sense of cozy contentment that is hard to resist. It's a delightful fusion of tradition and taste that will make you fall in love with every sip. As you immerse yourself in the story of Tibetan tea, you realize that it's more than just a beverage. It's a window into a world of cultural richness, environmental adaptation, and human resilience. From the remote monasteries of the Himalayas to the bustling markets of Tibet, the story of tea has played a pivotal role in shaping history, economics, and everyday life. So the next time you brew a pot of tea, take a moment to appreciate the journey that brought those leaves to your cup. Think of the hands that picked them, the traditions they represent, and the stories they hold. Because in every cup of tea, there's a universe of experiences waiting to be explored. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. And if you found this journey into the world of Tibetan tea as enlightening as I did, I invite you to explore more videos that celebrate the rich tapestry of global cultures, history, and traditions. Click the link below to continue your journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay thirsty for knowledge, and above all, stay warm with a good cup of tea in your hands. This video was made possible by our fans. 25 of you pledged $396 to bring this idea to life. We're so grateful to you for making this video possible. And if you want to help us make more videos like this, you can join our membership program. The link is in the description. Now let's get to the video. In the remote Himalayan mountains, nestled high above the clouds, sits a Tibetan monk. Its white walls stand as symbols of peace against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks. Inside its hallowed halls live a community of monks dedicated to a life of spirituality and service. Now let's go back in time a bit. It's the year 1930, and a young pilgrim named Yongjin is on a spiritual journey. His path takes him over the Himalayas and into the mystical realm of Tibet. As he walks, he sips on a steaming beverage that sustains him through the harsh terrain. This drink is no ordinary tea. It's a blend of fermented tea leaves, yak butter, and salt, a concoction known as butter tea. Yongjin continues his pilgrimage, reaching monasteries where monks greet him with butter tea, a symbol of warmth and hospitality. Each sip carries the essence of the land. The yak butter, symbolizing the nomadic herders of the grasslands, the fermented tea representing the ancient trade routes, and the salt echoing the arduous journeys across the mountains. Over the years, butter tea becomes more than a drink for Yongjin. It's a reminder of his purpose, a liquid testament to the challenges and triumphs of those who traverse the rugged terrains of the Himalayas. The story of butter tea in Tibet is deeply intertwined with the land and its people, a tale as old as the mountains themselves. Picture the windswept plateaus of Tibet, where nomadic herders tend to their flocks amidst the towering Himalayas. Their days are spent herding yaks, their lives dictated by the rhythms of nature. When night falls, they return to their tents, seeking warmth and sustenance. That's when butter tea becomes their lifeline. The yak, a creature of the harsh terrain, provides not only meat and milk, but also butter, a key ingredient in this unique brew. The tea leaves, often grown on terraced hillsides, undergo a special processing, a slow fermentation that gives them a distinctive flavor and character. And finally, there's the salt, sometimes gathered from wild springs, a mineral treasure found amidst the arid landscape. These three elements, yak butter, fermented tea, and salt, come together to create a drink that is as much a part of Tibetan culture as the prayer flags that adorn the mountain passes. But butter tea is more than just a product of the land and its people. It is a testament to their spirit, a symbol of resilience and adaptability. The nomads of Tibet are known for their nomadic lifestyle, constantly on the move, traversing the challenging terrains with their herds. Butter tea, with its rich, creamy consistency, becomes the perfect companion for their travels. It provides essential calories and nutrients, sustaining them through long days on the range. Even in the harshest winters, when temperatures plummet and icy winds blow, butter tea offers a comforting warmth. The yak butter, when heated, transforms into a thick, insulating layer on the stomach, warding off the cold. The salt in the tea helps replenish vital electrolytes lost during strenuous days, ensuring the herders stay hydrated and energized. Today, butter tea continues to be an integral part of life in Tibetan monasteries. The monks, with their dedication to simplicity and service, have embraced this traditional drink as their daily companion. In the tranquil courtyards of monasteries, amidst the backdrop of ancient prayer wheels, you can find monks sipping butter tea, finding solace in its rich, comforting flavors. Each bowl becomes a vessel of tranquility, carrying not just the warmth of the tea, but the echoes of centuries-old traditions. If you liked this video, you might like the playlist, where we explore the intersection of tea and culture. There's a link to it in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest adventures. And until next time, happy sipping. Welcome back. Today we're taking our imaginary journey to Tibet, the roof of the world. We'll explore the enchanting tale of Tibetan tea, a beverage that is more than just a drink. It's a lifeline, a cultural icon, and a testament to human resilience. Our story begins high in the Himalayan mountains, where the air is thin, the landscape is stark, yet life finds a way to not just survive but thrive. We'll wander through the winding alleys of a traditional Tibetan town, stopping by cozy tea houses where the aroma of yak butter fills the air. We'll chat with local Tibetans, hearing their tales of how tea has sustained their communities for generations. Legend has it that tea first arrived in Tibet over 1300 years ago, brought to the region by Buddhist monks returning from China. They carried with them not just a love for tea, but the knowledge of how to cultivate it in the unique conditions of the Tibetan plateau. Over the centuries, Tibetan tea became an integral part of daily life, its cultivation, preparation, and consumption deeply intertwined with the region's culture, economy, and environment. In the early days, Tibetan tea was primarily consumed by monks as a way to stay warm and alert during long meditation sessions. The yak butter, a key ingredient in traditional Tibetan tea, provided a source of energy and fat, helping monks maintain their focus amidst the biting cold. The tea's caffeine content also played a role, offering a gentle stimulant that aided in maintaining concentration. But tea soon became more than just a monastic tradition. It permeated into the lives of ordinary Tibetans, becoming a cornerstone of their daily routine. We'll visit a local farmer's market, where we'll find an array of teas, each with its unique story. Some are grown in the shadow of snow-capped mountains, while others come from valleys where wild yak roam free. We'll learn about the different types of tea, how they're processed, and the distinct flavors they offer. To truly understand Tibetan tea, one must experience the making of butter tea, a staple in every Tibetan household. We'll step into a typical Tibetan home and observe the preparation of this cherished beverage. The process is not just a culinary technique, but a ritual. The churning of butter and tea is a rhythmic dance, a harmonious blend of tradition and necessity. The salty, buttery concoction that results is more than just a drink. It's a symbol of warmth, hospitality, and But tea in Tibet is more than just a beverage. It's a silent witness to history. Along the ancient Tea Horse Road, caravans once transported tea across rugged terrain, connecting Tibet to the rest of the world. We'll explore the remnants of this historic trade route, imagining the bustling activity that once defined this region. Tea played a pivotal role in this exchange, shaping not just the course of trade, but the cultural landscape of Tibet. Today, Tibetan tea continues to evolve, adapting to changing times while staying true to its essence. Modern Tibetans embrace new tea blends and brewing methods, all the while preserving the timeless traditions that have been passed down through generations. This fusion of old and new is a testament to the adaptability and resilience of this unique culture. As our journey through the world of Tibetan tea draws to a close, we'll find ourselves at a peaceful monastery nestled amidst the mountain. Here, amidst the tranquil surroundings, we'll have the opportunity to savor a cup of freshly brewed Tibetan tea. This will be more than just a tea ceremony. It'll be a meditation, a moment of reflection on the profound journey we've shared. From the rugged landscapes to the vibrant communities, we've seen how Tibetan tea embodies the spirit of survival, community, and cultural richness. As we sip the tea, its warmth enveloping us, we'll contemplate the deeper meaning it holds. Tea in Tibet is more than just a drink. It's a story of human resilience, cultural heritage, and the enduring power of tradition. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed our exploration of Tibetan tea, we invite you to subscribe for more captivating journeys. Together, let's continue to explore, learn, and appreciate the rich tapestry of our world. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and above all, stay thirsty for knowledge and tea. Thank you and goodbye. As the story of Tibetan tea unfolds, it's impossible to ignore its influence beyond the borders of Tibet. The journey of tea, much like the monks and traders who carried it, has always been one of movement, exchange, and transformation. From the high-altitude monasteries to bustling trade routes, Tibetan tea has left its mark on neighboring regions and cultures, creating a legacy that extends far beyond its origins. One of the most fascinating aspects of Tibetan tea's influence is its role in fostering cultural exchange. The Tea Horse Road, which connected Tibet to China, India, and beyond, was not just a trade route, was a conduit for ideas, traditions, and innovations. Alongside tea, travelers carried Buddhist teachings, artistic techniques, and even culinary practices, enriching the cultures they encountered along the way. Take, for example, the influence of Tibetan tea on the Himalayan regions of Nepal, Bhutan, and northern India. In these areas, butter tea or variations of it became a staple, adapted to suit local tastes and ingredients. In Bhutan, for instance, butter tea is known as suja and is often served with roasted barley flour, creating a hearty and nourishing dish called sa. Similarly, in the Indian state of Ladakh, butter tea is a beloved tradition, enjoyed during festivals and family gatherings. But the influence of Tibetan tea isn't limited to its flavor or preparation. It also carries a deeper cultural resonance, symbolizing hospitality, resilience, and community. In every region it touches, tea becomes more than just a drink. It becomes a way of life, a shared experience that transcends borders and languages. And then there's the global fascination with Tibetan tea, fueled in part by the growing interest in mindfulness, wellness, and sustainable living. In recent years, butter tea has captured the imagination of tea enthusiasts and health-conscious individuals around the world, who are drawn to its unique flavor and nutritional benefits. Recipes for butter tea now appear on blogs, in cookbooks, and even in trendy, where adventurous drinkers can experience a taste of the Tibetan plateau. This global interest has also sparked a renewed appreciation for the cultural and historical significance of Tibetan tea. Documentaries, books, and exhibitions have brought its story to a wider audience, highlighting the resilience and ingenuity of the Tibetan people. As you take a moment to reflect on the journey of Tibetan tea, you realize that its story is deeply intertwined with the cultural landscape of the Himalayas. The tea's unique flavor profile and preparation methods have not only become part of local cuisine, but have also played a significant role in shaping cultural identities. The vibrant colors, aromatic spices, and communal rituals surrounding Tibetan tea have left an indelible mark on the regions it has touched, creating a sense of place and belonging. Moreover, the tea's historical journey along the Tea Horse Road reveals a rich tapestry of cultural exchange and adaptation. From its origins in the remote monasteries of Tibet to its integration into the bustling bazaars of India and Nepal, Tibetan tea has absorbed influences from various civilizations, each adding their unique touch to its story. These cultural exchanges have not only enriched the tea itself, but have also fostered connections and understanding among different communities. The legacy of Tibetan tea is a testament to the power of cultural diffusion and the transformative impact of human interactions. It serves as a reminder that cultural boundaries are not static, but rather fluid and dynamic, shaped by the movement of people, ideas, and, yes, tea. Yet, as we raise our imaginary cups to this ancient tradition, let us also acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The growing popularity of Tibetan tea in the global market has brought with it the risk of commodification and cultural appropriation. It is crucial that we, as appreciative consumers, remain mindful of the cultural significance of Tibetan tea and ensure that its production and consumption do not diminish its spiritual essence. Supporting fair trade practices, engaging with local communities, and promoting cultural understanding are essential steps in preserving the authenticity and integrity of Tibetan tea. As you finish your imaginary cup of Tibetan tea, you feel a sense of contentment wash over you. It's a feeling that goes beyond the warmth of the drink itself and touches your soul. You realize that tea has a unique ability to connect you to something bigger than yourself, whether it's the ancient traditions of the Tibetan monks, the vibrant culture of the Himalayan communities, or the countless hands that have poured and shared this drink across the ages. You are part of a timeless story that has unfolded for centuries. Well, this is it, the final episode of our journey through the Tibetan tea series. We've sipped our way through history, culture, health benefits, and even a bit of politics. So where do we go from here? It seems like a fitting place to end our tea journey at its beginning, with a trip back to the historical roots of Tibetan tea. Scholars believe that tea first arrived in Tibet around the 8th century CE, carried by Buddhist monks returning from their pilgrimage to India. Tea, with its stimulating properties and comforting warmth, became an integral part of daily life for the nomadic Tibetans. It wasn't just a drink, it was a symbol of hospitality, a way to honor guests, and a tool for maintaining health in harsh environments. As the centuries passed, tea evolved in Tibet. Different regions developed their unique styles of brewing and serving tea, each with its own distinct character. Some favored a stronger, more robust brew, while others preferred a delicate, nuanced cup. These variations weren't just about personal taste. They were a reflection of the diverse geography of Tibet. The high-altitude areas favored a thicker, richer tea to ward off the cold, while the milder regions enjoyed a lighter tea during warmer months. This adaptability allowed tea to thrive alongside Tibetans through their triumphs and tragedies. During the Cultural Revolution, tea, like many aspects of Tibetan culture, faced suppression, but despite the challenges, the tradition endured, passed down from one generation to the next, through whispered stories and secret practices. With the opening of Tibet to the outside world in the late 20th century, Tibetan tea began its journey to the global stage. Travelers and traders brought back tales of this unique tea to their home countries, sparking a curiosity that continues to grow today. But what does the future hold for Tibetan tea? As climate change reshapes the landscape of tea production and globalization brings new opportunities and challenges, Tibetan tea producers must adapt while staying true to their heritage. The delicate balance between tradition and change is one that many tea cultures have faced before, and it will require a careful hand to ensure that Tibetan tea remains a symbol of resilience and cultural pride for generations to come. If you find yourself in Tibet today, you'll discover that tea culture is very much alive. In the bustling markets of Lhasa, you might find a vendor brewing a pot of butter tea, its rich, frothy aroma mingling with the scent of incense and prayer flags. Or perhaps you're wandering through a peaceful monastery where monks serve you a simple cup of plain tea as you watch them chant ancient sutras. Each sip tells a story of history, faith, and the indomitable spirit of the Tibetan people. Tibetan tea is more than just a beverage. It is a living testament to a culture that has thrived for centuries in one of the world's harshest environments. It's a reminder that amidst the challenges of life, there's always room for warmth, comfort, and the simple pleasure of a well-brewed cup of tea. So our journey with Tibetan tea may be coming to an end, but the story doesn't end here. Your exploration of tea continues. There are countless tea gardens, tea houses, and tea ceremonies waiting to be discovered. Each one offers a unique chapter in the ongoing story of tea. So grab a cup, take a deep breath, and continue your journey. Explore new teas, experiment with brewing methods, and most importantly, savor each moment. Just as Tibetan tea has stood the test of time, so will your love for this timeless beverage. Until our paths cross again, happy sipping. Hey tea lovers, I hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into the world of Tibetan tea. If you're thirsty for more knowledge, don't forget to stay tuned for more updates. And hey, why not share your thoughts on Tibetan tea in the comments below? Your experiences and insights might just inspire someone else to embark on their own tea journey. So go ahead, let your tea wisdom flow. Our series on Tibetan tea has come to its natural end. We've explored its historical roots, its cultural significance in the lives of the Tibetan people, and how it evolved into a globally recognized beverage. But what happens now? Should we take things a step further? For those who are intrigued and want to dive deeper into the world of Tibetan tea, we leave you with a question. How does Tibetan tea fit into the larger narrative of tea culture worldwide? How does it compare and contrast with other tea traditions across the globe? In this video, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share with us the questions you still have, or the aspects of Tibetan tea that you'd like to see explored further. Your comments may just inspire our next journey. In the grand tapestry of global tea culture, Tibetan tea is a unique thread. Understanding its place in this vast cultural landscape provides a richer perspective on this distinctive tea. To begin this exploration, let's embark on a journey through time and trade routes. The ancient tea horse road was more than just a trade route. It was a cultural conduit. It carried with it not just goods, but ideas, customs, and traditions. Along this route, Tibetan tea absorbed influences from neighboring cultures, particularly China. The introduction of pu'er tea to Tibet is a testament to this cultural exchange. Pu'er tea, with its distinct earthy flavor and health benefits, became the backbone of Tibetan butter tea. This fusion of teas and flavors across borders mirrors a broader cultural phenomenon. As we delve deeper into Tibetan tea, it's essential to recognize that the story doesn't end at the borders of Tibet. Tea, in its essence, is a global language, understood and enjoyed in countless cultures. Each region adds its own unique twist, creating a mosaic of tea traditions. In the high altitudes of the Himalayas, Tibetan tea is more than a beverage. It's a lifeline. The freezing temperatures and harsh terrain demanded a special kind of drink, one that could brave the elements and nourish the body. Thus, Tibetan butter tea was born. The combination of black tea, yak butter, and salt was not just a matter of taste. It was a matter of survival. This unique tea provided the much-needed energy to keep the body warm and sustained, making it an indispensable part of daily life. Across the border in Bhutan, a similar tradition thrives. Suja, or butter tea, holds a significant place in Bhutanese culture. Like in Tibet, tea is an integral part of daily life, often enjoyed with roasted barley flour, creating a thick, hearty drink that is as filling as it is comforting. Our exploration takes us to Nepal, where the majestic Himalayas stand tall. So too does the tradition of butter tea. Here, tea is brewed with cow butter or yak butter, sometimes infused with spices like cinnamon or ginger. Further west, in Ladakh, in the high Himalayas of India, butter tea is not just a drink, it's a symbol of hospitality. It's served to guests as a gesture of respect, and it plays an important role in festivals and religious ceremonies. These regional variations of Tibetan tea tell a story of resilience, resourcefulness, and cultural continuity. In each of these regions, tea has been adapted to local ingredients and customs, yet it retains its essence, providing warmth, comfort, and a sense of community. Yet, in stark contrast to the hearty buttered teas of the Himalayas, we find ourselves in Japan, where tea is elevated to an art form. The Japanese tea ceremony, chanoyu, is a meditative ritual where every movement, every gesture has a deep meaning. Unlike the robust Tibetan butter tea, Japanese tea focuses on subtlety, balance, and harmony with nature. Despite this stark contrast, both cultures share a deep reverence for tea. In Tibet and other Himalayan regions, tea is a part of daily life, a source of nourishment and community. In Japan, tea becomes a tool for introspection and spiritual growth. So where does Tibetan tea stand in this global panorama? It is a unique expression of a culture that has embraced tea, adapted it to its needs, and woven it into the fabric of its daily life. It is a testament to the human spirit's ability to find harmony with nature and the power of a simple beverage to unite, nourish, and inspire. As we conclude our exploration of Tibetan tea, we invite you to become a part of the conversation. How do you see Tibetan tea fitting into the larger picture of global tea culture? What parallels, what contrasts, what stories have we missed? Share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions in the comments below. Together, let's keep the conversation brewing. In today's world, amidst the whirlwind of trends and fleeting fads, there exists a beverage that stands the test of time: Tibetan tea. With a history deeply rooted in tradition and a significance that echoes through generations, Tibetan tea is more than just a drink. It's a cultural icon. Its journey from ancient origins to the modern palate is a tale worth telling. Let's embark on this journey to explore the timeless legacy of Tibetan tea. To understand the enduring appeal of Tibetan tea, we must first delve into its rich history and cultural significance. Tibetan tea, most notably butter tea, has been an integral part of the lives of people in the Himalayan region for centuries. More than just a beverage, it holds deep cultural, religious, and medicinal importance. Historically, Tibetan tea played a pivotal role in religious rituals, social gatherings, and everyday life. Its warming properties not only sustained the body in the harsh Himalayan climate, but also symbolized hospitality and community. The yak, a resilient creature symbolizing strength and endurance, provides both the milk and butter that are essential components of butter tea. Similarly, the tea leaves, often a blend of green and sometimes black varieties, were carefully selected for their health benefits and distinct flavors. Together, these ingredients created a harmonious balance that nourished both the body and the spirit. As we sip on this age-old beverage, let's take a moment to appreciate the symbiotic relationship between humans and nature that it represents. The brewing process itself is a ritual. The combination of fragrant pu'er, tea leaves, yak butter, and a generous amount of salt creates a symphony of flavors and textures that dance on the palate. The result is a rich, creamy concoction that not only warms the body, but also stirs the soul. The taste of Tibetan tea is a unique blend of robust and earthy. The full-bodied tea infused with the distinct flavor of yak butter creates a comforting and nostalgic experience. Each sip is a testament to the skill and expertise of the tea maker, who carefully balances the ingredients to achieve a harmonious blend of flavors. But the allure of Tibetan tea goes beyond its taste. It's deeply intertwined with the spiritual and cultural heritage of the region. The tea ceremony itself is a meditative experience, a moment of tranquility and mindfulness amidst the chaos of daily life. It's a time to connect with oneself, with others, and with the ancient traditions that have been passed down through generations. As the steam rises from the cup, carrying with it the essence of centuries-old wisdom, we are reminded of the profound connection between tea and spirituality. In the bustling streets of major cities like New York, London, and Tokyo, cafes are now offering a glimpse into this ancient tradition, serving up bowls of Tibetan butter tea alongside more conventional coffee and tea options. For those seeking an authentic taste of Tibetan culture, these cafes have become oases of serenity, providing a space to unwind and embrace the warmth of tradition. However, despite its enduring appeal, Tibetan tea faces challenges in today's rapidly changing world. The delicate balance between tradition and modernity often tilts, threatening to erode the very traditions that make Tibetan tea so special. the influence of global trends, and the changing tastes of younger generations pose significant challenges to the preservation of this ancient beverage. Furthermore, the environmental impact of tea production and consumption must be considered, ensuring that the delicate ecosystem of the Himalayas remains protected. Yet amidst these challenges, there is hope. A growing number of individuals are embracing the values of sustainability, cultural preservation, and mindful living. These values resonate deeply with the essence of Tibetan tea, creating a sense of shared responsibility in action. By supporting fair trade practices, reducing waste, and promoting cultural understanding, we can all contribute to the preservation of this invaluable heritage. Tibetan tea is more than just a drink. It's a symbol of resilience, adaptability, and the indomitable human spirit. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, hope and tradition can endure. So let us raise our cups to Tibetan tea, and may its timeless legacy continue to inspire us for generations to come. The cup of butter tea warmed Min's hands, its steam carrying the essence of Tibet. He wasn't just a Vietnamese photographer, he was on a mission to revive Tibetan culture. But as his work gained recognition, he faced a dilemma. How could he marry tradition with the demands of the modern world? It all started when Min stumbled upon an old Tibetan saying, "The guest arrives empty-handed, but leaves with full hands." This simple phrase intrigued him, especially in the context of Tibet's long history of hospitality. One day, while sipping butter tea with Tenzin, a young Tibetan man, Min learned about the deep significance of butter tea in Tibetan culture. It's more than a drink. It's a symbol of friendship and respect. When guests arrive, the family would make butter tea, a drink made with yak butter, salt, and pu'er tea, representing the three key elements. Yak butter, symbolizing wealth and generosity, salt representing purity, and pu'er tea embodying health and longevity. Over time, Min fell in love with Tibet's unique culture and its hospitable people. As Min documented their lives through photography, he witnessed the challenges they faced, especially the younger generation who often left Tibet for cities in search of better opportunities. This trend led to a gradual decline in traditional practices, including the making of butter tea. Determined to help, Min returned home and organized an exhibition showcasing Tibet's disappearing culture, including the art of making butter tea. The event attracted considerable attention, not only from cultural enthusiasts, but also from individuals like Tam, who wanted to learn more about Tibet and its culture. With his growing influence, Min embarked on a mission to revive Tibetan butter tea culture. He reached out to a renowned food magazine, pitching a story about Tibetan butter tea and its significance. The proposal caught the editor's attention, leading to a feature article that introduced butter tea to a wider audience. Touched by the article, Tam and a group of friends visited Tibet, eager to experience the culture firsthand. There they met Dorje, a wise old tea artisan, who told them the secrets of making authentic butter tea. The group also interacted with local Tibetans, exchanging stories and building connections. Their visit had a profound impact, rekindling their passion for cultural exploration and inspiring them to support local communities. Back home, Tam couldn't forget the taste and significance of the butter tea. She missed the comforting ritual and the connection it fostered among Tibetans. Determined to bring a piece of this tradition to her own life, she reached out to Min, hoping to learn how to make butter tea. Min, always dedicated to cultural preservation, agreed to teach her. Over steaming cups of butter tea, Min shared stories of his journey in Tibet, the challenges faced by local communities, and his hopes for the future of Tibetan culture. Inspired by Min's passion and Tenzin's dedication, Tam and her friends decided to support the local community in Tibet by purchasing yak butter, salt, and pu'er tea directly from them. This ensured fair prices and helped sustain the livelihoods of the Tibetans. In return, the Tibetans warmly welcomed Tam and her friends, sharing their stories, laughter, and most importantly, their traditional tea ceremony. For Tam, this wasn't just about learning a recipe. It was about embracing a culture, understanding its values, and honoring its traditions. And as the aroma of butter tea filled her home, she knew she was carrying a piece of Tibet within her cup. After the success of the Global Tea Festival, Min felt confident that the Global Tea Route would become an iconic cultural project. He was eager to continue traveling the world, discovering more tea stories, and preparing for the next event of the Tea Route. He didn't know what lay ahead, but he was ready for whatever challenges came his way, because they were all part of his great journey. One day, while sipping tea, Min saw a documentary about the Silk Road, an ancient trade route that connected the East and West thousands of years ago. Inspired, he had an idea. Why not create a tea version of the Silk Road? Min named it the Global Tea Route. His idea was to build a network of cultural tea destinations around the world where people could experience, learn about, and celebrate the diverse tea cultures of different countries. Min began his journey in Tibet, where he met Dorje, a local Tibetan tea expert. Together, they established a buttered tea cultural center, where visitors could learn how to prepare traditional Tibetan tea and listen to stories about its cultural significance. From there, Min traveled to Japan, where he met tea ceremony masters who shared their knowledge and agreed to perform tea ceremonies at the Global Tea Festival. In India, Min explored the world of Darjeeling tea, known for its high quality and unique flavor. He worked with farmers to create a travel experience that combined tea tasting with exploring the lush green tea hills. Throughout his journey, Min encountered various challenges. Some communities were wary of opening up to international tourists, and some questioned the purpose of preserving old traditions in a rapidly changing world. Despite these challenges, Min persevered, believing that the global tea route could bring people together and preserve cultural heritage. To promote the project, Min created an online platform where people could share their tea stories, recipes, and experiences. He also reached out to media outlets to raise awareness about the global tea route and its mission. As the launch date of the first Global Tea Festival approached, Min felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Would his idea resonate with people? Would the festival become the cultural event he envisioned? On the day of the festival, people from all walks of life gathered at the venue. There were tea vendors, historians, anthropologists, and most importantly, tea lovers. The festival featured stalls showcasing different types of tea and food. Visitors could also participate in tea tastings, cultural performances, and educational talks. As Min watched people of different cultures coming together over a shared love of tea, he knew that his journey was worthwhile. The Global Tea Festival became an annual event, growing in popularity and attracting participants from all over the world. People began to see the value of preserving cultural heritage and the importance of connecting with other cultures. Min's journey inspired others to appreciate the beauty of diversity and the power of cultural exchange. Over the years, the Global Tea Route expanded, connecting more tea cultures and involving more people from around the world. Min continued traveling, meeting tea artisans and sharing their stories, ensuring that the legacy of tea culture would live on for generations to come. The Global Tea Route became more than just a cultural project. It became a movement that connected people, preserved heritage, and celebrated the beauty of Min's journey taught him that tea was more than just a drink. It was a way to connect with oneself, with others, and with the world. His story inspires us all to embark on our own journeys of discovery and to cherish the connections that make us human. Whether we are sipping tea in a bustling city or a quiet countryside, remember that each cup holds a story that connects us to people, places, and traditions that are an integral part of our shared humanity. Just like Min, we can find inspiration in the stories of others and create our own stories to share with the world. So let us raise a cup of tea to the journey, to the connections we make along the way, and to the stories that make life more meaningful. It's about connection, empathy, and the power of a shared experience. I never imagined that my love for tea would lead me on this incredible journey. He looked at the fire dancing before him, reflecting on how far he had come. It had been many years since he first started the next chapter, Min and the mission of tea and global healing. After the success of the Tea and Peace project, Min realized that tea is not only a cultural heritage, but also a powerful tool to foster connection and peace among people. In a world increasingly divided by conflicts, cultural differences, and global crises, Min began to contemplate how tea could serve as a bridge to build understanding and unity. Min's next project, titled Tea and Peace, focuses on using tea as a symbol to promote dialogue, reconciliation, and peace. He started small, organizing tea dialogues, spaces where people from different cultures, religions, and perspectives could come together, enjoy tea, and share their stories. In the Middle East, Min hosted a dialogue between two previously conflicting communities. Using Moroccan mint tea as a symbol of hospitality and peace, he brought together a group of villagers who had never met before. Initially, there were tense silences, but as the mint tea flowed, so did the conversation, eventually leading to laughter and the exchanging of contact information. In Eastern Europe, Min collaborated with artists and social activists to host afternoon tea sessions, encouraging the exchange of ideas and mutual understanding. In Africa, Min partnered with NGOs to organize traditional tea gatherings, providing a platform for local communities to discuss issues like environmental protection and sustainable development. At each dialogue, Min noticed that tea not only eased tensions, but also created a comfortable environment where people could open up and truly listen to one another. But not everyone in elite embraced Min's idea. Some were skeptical, questioning whether a simple cup of tea could truly make a difference in a world rife with political conflicts and economic interests. A journalist once asked Min during an interview, "Do you really think a cup of tea can solve major issues like war or climate change?" Min replied, "I don't believe tea is the solution to every problem. But I do believe that in a divided world, we need simple yet powerful symbols to spark understanding. And tea, with its millennia-old history of connecting people, is one of those symbols." Determined to make his dream a reality, Min continued to reach out, seeking support and spreading awareness about the potential of tea to bridge divides. His efforts paid off. People from diverse backgrounds, united by their love for tea, began to join him, each bringing their unique experiences and perspectives. Together, they formed a vibrant community, working tirelessly to make tea and peace a global movement. One day, Min decided to organize a major event, the International Tea and Peace Conference, bringing together leaders, tea, artisans, social activists, and tea enthusiasts from around the world. The conference was held in a symbolic location, a small village in Tibet, where buttered tea has long been a symbol of the connection between nature and humanity. The conference program included discussions on the role of tea in building peace and preserving cultural heritage, as well as art performances showcasing traditional tea ceremonies from various countries, such as the Japanese tea ceremony, English afternoon tea, and Moroccan mint tea. There was also a cultural fair showcasing traditional tea products and stories about tea from across the globe. At the conference, Min stated, "Peace doesn't come from grand gestures, but from small moments when we sit together, share a cup of tea, and listen to one another's stories." Today, we not only honor tea, but also celebrate humanity's ability to connect and understand. The conference received widespread recognition from the media and international community, becoming an annual event that attracts thousands of participants. However, as the years passed, Min felt the need to extend the project's impact. He wanted to inspire the younger generation to become ambassadors of peace and understanding, so he began working with schools and youth organizations. Through tea workshops, cultural exchange programs, and the stories of tea competition, Min engaged the youth, nurturing a new generation of tea enthusiasts who value cultural diversity and peace. Sitting by the fire, Min held a cup of Tibetan butter tea, the tea that inspired everything. He reflected on his journey, the dialogues, the conferences, and the countless connections made over the years. He knew that while a single cup of tea couldn't solve all the world's problems, it could be a catalyst for understanding, a symbol of peace, and a reminder of the shared humanity that bound all people together. With a grateful heart, Min took another sip of his butter tea, feeling the warmth of the moment and the promise of a brighter, more connected future. After the success of the project Tea and Global Healing, Min realized that one of the biggest challenges the tea world faces is sustainability. Climate change, overexploitation of resources, and pressure from large corporations are pushing the tea industry toward imbalance. Min understood that if timely action is not taken, not only the tea industry, but also the cultural values and communities associated with it, will be severely impacted. Min's next project, titled Tea and Sustainable Future, focuses on environmental protection, supporting tea-growing communities, and building a sustainable tea ecosystem for the future. The story begins with Min traveling to famous tea-growing regions around the world. At each location, he witnessed the evident impacts of climate change and unsustainable exploitation. In Darjeeling, India, rising temperatures and erratic rainfall have reduced tea quality, making it difficult for farmers to sustain their livelihoods. In China, the pressure of mass production has led to overexploitation in many tea-growing areas, causing soil erosion and loss of biodiversity. In Africa, one of the world's largest tea producers, Kenya, small-scale farmers are struggling with unstable prices and lack of support from major organizations. A farmer in Darjeeling told Min, "We've grown tea for generations, but now the land is no longer as fertile as it used to be. If there's no change, we won't be able to continue living off this trade. These words made Min realize that to preserve tea culture, he needed to start by protecting the environment and supporting those directly involved in tea cultivation. Min decided to establish the Global Sustainable Tea Network, a non-profit organization connecting tea farmers, scientists, environmental activists, and responsible businesses. The network's goals include promoting sustainable farming, ensuring fair pricing, and reducing the environmental impact of tea production. Min also organized workshops and training sessions in tea-growing regions, where farmers could learn new farming techniques and share experiences with one another. During the project's implementation, Min faced opposition from several large tea corporations. These corporations often prioritize profits over sustainability, viewing Min's initiatives as a threat to their business model. A representative from a major corporation once said, "We produce tea for millions of people worldwide. If we implement the sustainable standards you propose, costs will rise and will lose market share." Min responded, "If we focus solely on short-term profits while ignoring the environment and people, there will be no tea industry left for us to discuss in the future." Despite many difficulties, Min persisted, seeking support from international organizations, individual donors, and tea enthusiasts worldwide. Min decided to create a model tea garden, an experimental tea growing area, applying sustainable farming methods. This garden is not only a production site, but also an educational center where people can learn about environmental protection and support for tea-growing communities. In Japan, Min collaborated with tea masters to blend traditional values with modern methods, creating a sustainable tea garden model. In Kenya, Min worked with small-scale farmers to improve productivity and tea quality without harming the environment. In Vietnam, Min established a model tea garden in the highlands of the northwest, where ethnic minority communities could preserve traditional tea varieties and develop Min's model tea garden quickly became an example for other communities, inspiring many to join the sustainable tea movement. To spread the message, Min organized the Global Sustainable Tea Conference, where leaders, scientists, and farmers from around the world could meet and exchange ideas. The conference included discussions on the role of tea in environmental protection and sustainable development, exhibitions showcasing sustainable tea products and new technologies in the tea industry, and networking programs connecting farmers with investors and non-profit organizations to provide financial and technical support. The conference not only created a platform for sharing knowledge, but also helped build a global community committed to protecting the future of the tea industry. As Min sat beside a Tibetan buttered tea, his heart was filled with hope. He thought about all the farmers, artisans, and activists he had met, those who strive every day to protect tea and the environment. Min knew the journey was far from easy, but with each step, the tea industry moved closer to a sustainable future. Min took a sip of tea, savoring the moment. His project, Tea and Sustainable Future, had been a resounding success. Tea farmers were earning more, consumers were drinking better tea, and the environment was being protected. But he couldn't shake off this feeling that there was more to be done. One evening while reading, he stumbled upon an article about how technology was transforming industries. An idea sparked. What if he combined his passion for tea with the power of technology? Could he use technology to revolutionize the tea industry? This led to the birth of his next exciting project, Tea and Future Technology. With this project, Min wanted to show how technology could help protect tea gardens, improve tea quality, and make tea farmers' lives easier. He started by asking himself, how can technology help us keep the old ways of making tea alive, while also bringing the tea industry into a new age of innovation and sustainability? He thought of many ways technology could help. So he decided to create a place where tea lovers from all over the world could come together, share ideas, and learn about tea. He imagined a world where tea lovers could explore tea gardens from the comfort of their homes using virtual reality, where they could buy fresh tea directly from farmers through a digital marketplace, where they could take online tea classes and learn about different types of teas and brewing methods, and where they could connect with other tea lovers and share their experiences. But he didn't stop there. He wanted to do more to help tea farmers. He thought about using technology to solve problems that tea farmers face every day. For example, using smart devices to give farmers useful information about their plants, helping them make better decisions about how to farm their tea and use water and other resources wisely. By tracking the journey of tea leaves from the garden to the cup, using new technology to make sure that customers get the best quality tea and can trust what they're buying. After lots of planning and preparation, Min and his team launched the online platform Global Tea Connection. The platform had everything Min had dreamed of and more. It had a global tea map that showed famous tea-growing areas. Each area had information about its history and the special qualities of its tea. There was also a digital marketplace where tea farmers could sell their tea directly to customers all over the world, getting better prices for their tea and making more money. The tea community was a place where tea lovers could talk to each other, share stories and learn from one another. The digital experiences included online tea ceremonies where people could learn how to make tea and events where they could see tea gardens in other countries without traveling. But Min didn't stop there. He wanted to use technology to help tea farmers in other ways too. He worked with scientists and experts in technology to try out new ways to make tea. They used special devices called IoT sensors that could be put into tea gardens. These sensors measured things like humidity, temperature, and the quality of the soil. They gathered important information that helped farmers make better choices when growing tea. They also used AI and machine learning to analyze information from the sensors. This helped predict how much tea would be produced, find the best time to pick the tea, and even identify pests and diseases so that the tea plants could be protected. Another technology that Min and his team explored was blockchain. They used blockchain to keep track of every step of the tea leaf's journey, from being planted to being processed and delivered to customers. This made sure that customers got the highest quality tea and gave them confidence in what they were buying. As news of Min's work spread, he was invited to give talks at conferences all over the world about technology and sustainable development. One of his biggest accomplishments was getting blockchain technology accepted in the tea supply chain. This allowed tea lovers in big cities like New York, Tokyo, and London to scan QR codes on the tea packaging. By doing this, they could find out exactly where their tea came from and how it was made. But Min knew that even though technology could do amazing things, it wasn't enough on its own. For the tea industry to be truly sustainable, there needed to be a good balance between old ways and new ideas, between technology and the culture of tea. As Min looked over his digital map of tea gardens all over the world, he felt proud of what he and his team had accomplished. But he knew their journey was far from over. With a cup of green tea from a sustainable tea garden in Vietnam, Min thought about how technology was changing the way tea was grown, processed, and enjoyed. He said to himself, technology can change how we grow, produce, and enjoy tea. But the most important thing to remember is that at its heart, tea is a way of connecting people, cultures, and nature. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a young man named Min who loved tea. He spent his days exploring tea plantations and learning about the intricate process of making tea. But as he grew older, Min realized that the tea industry was facing many challenges, from climate change to a lack of interest from the younger generation. So he came up with an idea to create a project called Tea and Future Technology to help the tea industry thrive once again. And his idea was a big hit. With the help of local farmers and the government, Min opened a high-tech tea factory that used innovative methods to make tea more efficient and sustainable. The factory became a model for other businesses in the area, and soon the whole community was buzzing with excitement. Min had breathed new life into the tea industry, and everyone was eager to see what he would do next. But Min knew that for the tea industry to have a bright future, it needed more than just innovation. It needed education. That's when he came up with the idea for his next project, Tea and Global Education. Min believed that tea was more than just a drink. It was a cultural product that could teach people about history, the environment, human connections, and the value of peace. But how could he incorporate tea into education? Min traveled all over the world to meet with teachers and cultural experts and learn about different ways of teaching and learning. He wanted to create a program that would engage students and help them see the world in a new way. Finally, he developed a program called Journey of the Tea Leaf, which would teach students about tea while also helping them develop critical thinking skills and learn about global citizenship. The program was a huge success, and soon schools all over the country were asking for Min's help in implementing the Journey of the Tea Leaf curriculum. But Min didn't stop there. He wanted to reach even more people and share the message of peace and unity that tea symbolized. So he developed the Mobile Tea Museum, an exhibition that traveled all over the country, bringing the stories of tea to life through interactive exhibits and activities. The museum was a hit, with visitors of all ages, and soon Min was regarded as a cultural ambassador for his country. Despite all of his success, Min never forgot the challenges facing the tea industry. He continued to work with schools and governments to incorporate tea education into national curricula, and he partnered with international organizations to promote sustainable tea farming. His work was slow but steady, and he knew that it would have a lasting impact on the world. And then one day, Min's hard work paid off. He convinced UNESCO to recognize Tea in Education Day, a day to honor tea as a symbol of cultural connection and global education. Schools all over the world celebrated the day with tea-themed activities and lessons, and Min felt a sense of pride and accomplishment that he had never felt before. Looking back on his journey, Min knew that he had come a long way from the young boy who simply loved drinking tea. He had turned his passion into a mission to educate and inspire people around the world, and as long as there were people who loved tea, Min's legacy would live on. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a young man named Min who loved tea. He spent his days exploring tea plantations and learning about the intricate process of making tea. But as he grew older, Min realized that the tea industry was facing many challenges, from climate change to a lack of interest from the younger generation. So he came up with an idea to create a project called Tea in Future Technology to help the tea industry thrive once again. And his idea was a big hit. With the help of local farmers and the government, Min opened a high-tech tea factory that used innovative methods to make tea more efficient and sustainable. The factory became a model for other businesses in the area, and soon the whole community was buzzing with excitement. Min had breathed new life into the tea industry, and everyone was eager to see what he would do next. After completing the Tea and Global Education project, Min continued to look for more ways to spread the love for tea. He firmly believed in the power of tea to connect people and bring them closer together. But he also started to realize that tea wasn't just a drink. It was a gift from nature with immense potential to improve human health. Although tea has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, Min wanted to bring these values to the modern world. He wanted to combine science and tradition to create a global health movement through tea. So Min embarked on a new journey, one that went beyond simply sharing a cup of tea. His new project, Tea in Global Health, focused on researching, promoting and applying tea as a natural method to enhance both physical and mental health. He began by delving deep into the world of health and wellness, studying various types of tea and their impact on the human body. From the popular green tea, black tea, and oolong tea, to lesser-known traditional herbal teas from around the world, Min wanted to understand it all. He learned that tea is more than just a beverage. It's a natural elixir that can help prevent and treat certain diseases. For example, the polyphenols in green tea help reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases and cancer. Herbal teas like ginger tea and turmeric tea have anti-inflammatory effects and can help boost the immune system. Chamomile tea and mint tea can help relax the mind and improve sleep quality. Oolong tea and black tea have a positive impact on the digestive system, alleviating symptoms of bloating But Min wanted to do more than just spread this knowledge. He wanted to empower people to use tea effectively and scientifically. So he decided to establish a research center named Tea and Health. At this center, scientists, nutrition experts and doctors could come together to study the impact of tea on human health. The center focused on three main areas. The first was scientific research, analyzing the chemical components of tea and how they affect the body, from reducing cholesterol levels to enhancing brain function. The second was product development. Min wanted to show how tea could be combined with other natural ingredients to create healthcare products like functional teas, tea-based cosmetics, and dietary supplements. The third was community education, organizing workshops, courses, and media campaigns to raise awareness about the health benefits of tea. A doctor working at the center shared, tea is not just a drink, it's part of natural medicine, and if used correctly, it can help address many current health issues. With a solid foundation in research, product development, and education, Min began promoting the tea and global health movement. He wanted to inspire people worldwide to incorporate tea into their daily lives as part of a healthy lifestyle. The movement gained momentum quickly, attracting millions of participants from health experts to tea enthusiasts. Every year, the movement organized special events like Tea Health Day, a day filled with activities combining tea and health, such as tea yoga, tea meditation and nutrition seminars. They also launched the 30-day tea challenge, encouraging people to replace sugary drinks with tea for 30 days and experience the health difference. Additionally, the movement created an online community where people could share their experiences, exchange tea recipes and stories about how tea had improved their health. Min's work didn't go unnoticed. He received numerous awards and recognition for his contributions to the health and wellness industry. But despite the success, Min knew there were still challenges ahead. The sugary beverage industry, for example, was a powerful competitor, heavily investing in advertising and dominating the market with their products. Once a representative from a major beverage company stated, "Tea cannot replace our drinks. Consumers want convenience and strong flavors, not something bland." Min, however, remained steadfast in his belief. He understood that the health benefits of tea outweighed any temporary lack of flavor or convenience. He continued to collaborate with small tea brands and non-profit organizations to promote the Drink Tea, Live Healthy campaign, spreading the message about the health benefits of tea. Finally, after years of effort, Min successfully organized the World Tea and Health Conference, bringing together scientists, health experts and businesses from around the world to discuss the role of tea in improving global health. The conference became an annual event, a testament to Min's hard work and dedication. As the sun set, casting long shadows across the tea fields, Min took a moment to reflect on his journey. From a simple cup of tea to a global health movement, his story was a testament to the power of one man's passion. The year is 2025 and you are watching this news channel. The world has changed a lot since the events of 2020, but amidst the chaos, one man stands out, Min, the keeper of an ancient tradition. You might remember him from our previous story about his extraordinary project, tea and global health. Since then, Min's work has taken on a new urgency and depth. He realized that tea is more than just a drink. It's a language that transcends borders, a symbol that unites people, a catalyst for positive change. In today's world, divided by conflicts and disagreements, Min's new project, Tea and World Peace, couldn't have come at a better time. After the success of tea in global health, Min wanted to do more. He delved into the history of tea, discovering its role in connecting people along the ancient Silk Road and in traditional diplomatic rituals. He learned how in countries like Japan and China, tea was used not just as a beverage, but as a way to express hospitality and build relationships. Inspired by these stories, Min had a simple yet profound idea. What if he could use tea to bring people together, to build bridges instead of walls, to brew a better world? He began by establishing the Tea and Peace Council, a non-profit organization that united leaders, activists, and tea artisans from around the world. Together, they set out to make Min's vision a reality. The council's work is guided by three main objectives. Firstly, peaceful dialogue. They organize meetings, workshops, and conferences where conflicting parties can sit down, have a cup of tea and talk. Because sometimes all it takes to end a conflict is a good listener and a warm cup of tea. Secondly, spreading tea culture. By teaching people about different tea cultures, the council helps people understand and appreciate each other's traditions and customs. When people feel connected to each other, they are more likely to work together to solve problems. And thirdly, supporting conflict-affected communities. The council provides assistance to tea-growing communities in conflict zones, helping them to rebuild their lives and restore their livelihoods. One of the council's most ambitious projects was the World Peace Teacup, an event that brought together leaders from different countries for a traditional tea ceremony. It was an opportunity for them to put aside their differences, learn about each other's cultures, and work towards a common goal. During the tea ceremony, each country presented their unique tea, and the leaders brewed tea together while sharing stories about their cultures and histories. Afterwards, there was an open space where participants could discuss global issues, from climate change to armed conflicts, in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. The event was a resounding success, with leaders from over 50 countries in attendance. It was a testament to the power of tea to bring people together and to promote peace and understanding. Min also initiated the establishment of peace tea houses in conflict zones in major cities around the world. These tea houses serve as a physical manifestation of the council's work, providing a space for dialogue, cultural exchange and community building. Each tea house includes a dialogue space for confidential discussions, a cultural space to showcase tea rituals and stories from different cultures, and a community space where people can enjoy tea and participate in cultural activities. Despite the incredible progress made, Min and his team faced skepticism from some quarters. Some leaders and organizations doubted that tea could really make a difference in addressing complex global issues. However, Min remained undeterred. He knew that peace is not just about grand summits and political agreements, it's about changing hearts and minds, one cup of tea at a time. As the years went by, Min's work bore fruit. The Tea Peace Treaty became a guiding document for nations, promoting cooperation and peace through tea-related activities. It provided a framework for countries to support each other's tea industries and to use tea as a platform for cultural exchange. The treaty also established a fund to support tea-growing communities affected by conflicts, helping them to rebuild their lives and restore their livelihoods. Today, Min's legacy lives on. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, one man's dream and a cup of tea can make a world of difference. Thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, please don't forget to show your support. Your support motivates us to continue creating quality content. Also, let us know in the comments what you think about this episode. What are your thoughts on this inspiring story? Has tea ever played a special role in your life or in your country's culture? We would love to hear your stories as well. Once again, thank you for watching and see you soon with a new episode.